Season 3 has my 6'10" ISO lockdown moving different in NBA 2K26. I'm out here frying everybody trying to guard me, all while being on a 6'10" lockdown build. You heard that right. In today's video, I'm gonna be going absolutely crazy with the build that you guys have talked a lot about ever since I dropped it on day 1 of NBA 2K26. It is finally back. Go down there, drop a like, drop a sub, turn those notifications on for me. I'm gonna give you the build, badges, animations, and all of the updates that I have since you guys have seen this build last time. Not wasting any more of your time though, let's get right into it. So here is the updated build. I just got my 8th cat breaker. I'm about to hit starter 5 and get 3 more, and my crew is about to hit level 30. So there will be some more cat breakers coming in, making this build even crazier. But right now we do have the 93 driving dunk with the 83 vertical for the contact dunks, going crazy with the dunks in the paint. We have the 72 standing for rise up, 80 layup to make our layup green meter very, very big, 81 midi with an 83 to shoot super consistently. You guys are going to see in today's video, we are not really missing on this build. 65 pass ac. We are at lockdown at the end of the day, but we also have the 74 ball handle for all of Kevin Durant's dribble animations, as well as a 68 speed with ball for bronze lightning launch, which we can max +2, all the way up to gold lightning launch on a 6'10", which is kind of crazy. 80 interior, 83 perimeter, 79 steal, and a 91 block, which will eventually be a 93. I didn't upgrade my rebounding because I've been playing mainly the ones court with this build, so that's where it's at right now. And then the physical is pretty solid across the board, as you guys can see. Pretty standard for tall lockdowns is what these physicals are looking like. A little bit lower strength, but we still get a movable, super fast so we can keep up with the guards, and then the high vertical for pogo stick. That is what the build's looking like right now. Let's take a look at the badges really quick. Here is what I'm currently rocking. This is kind of an all-around 6'10" lockdown, so we're going to see a lot of gold, a lot of Hall of Fame, not a ton of legend stuff, but we are very well-rounded on this build, so we're good at a lot of things. And then these are where my max +1s and 2s are sitting at right now. And then after today's video, you guys are gonna want my animations. So here is all of the animations I'm currently using. I'm gonna go ahead and throw on Giannis motion style. That's the best for these 6'10" and up players if you guys can get it. And then I'm also gonna show you my jump shot, which is the same jump shot I've been using on all of my 6'10" and up players. Highly recommend this one if you have not tried it out yet. Enough of all this. Now that you guys have my build, badges, and animations, let's get right into game number 1. And it wouldn't be a lockdown video if we weren't starting out on defense and clamping up the guy that we are playing against. I mean, he's going to try to take it in the paint on us. You don't want to take it up in the paint when I have high interior, I have high block, I'm 6'10" with long wingspan. I don't know how to tell you. It's just not going to happen. The little Giannis cross, though, ever since I hit starter 4, it really unlocked a whole new ability on this build. Like, I was having a little bit of trouble ISOing earlier on in the year, but now that I found my dribble animations, now that I found my sigs, I'm really cooking out here. We're getting a little bump steal right there. Let me know if you guys like this camera angle. I've been dropping a lot of theater this month, and I'm going to continue to drop a lot of theater just because you don't have to worry about finding teammates. You can just sit in the 1v1 court, everything like that. Knocking down a 3 right there. 83 is more than consistent enough. That's what I'm going to tell you guys right now. But if you guys like this camera angle, let me know down in the comments. I can record my 1v1 and 2v2 gameplay in this lower camera angle from now on if you guys are enjoying it. But anyways, we are just out here cooking this guy. I'm yapping about my camera angle, and it's already 14 to 0. I have poster machine takeover now, which ever since they turned blur into poster machine, this build, like I said, this build just keeps evolving. The more cat breakers I get, the more they fix takeovers so that I can actually use the ones that give me the full green meter, and the more that I just get better over time with the dribble animations. There's not really anybody that can guard me. While we're still solid defensively, our offense on this build just keeps getting crazier. I just fried that dude on a 6'10", and then he went to game chat telling me to delete my YouTube channel, talking crazy. Anyways, get dropped off. Getting right into game number 2. Again, we're starting out with another defensive clip. I got to show you guys this build can play defense. This is one of my lockdowns that really can guard 1 through 5. Some of them I prefer to stick on guards, and some of them I prefer to stick on taller builds. But this build really can guard. It can guard the point guards if I'm locked in. It's a little bit harder because we don't get on-ball menace. But look at me cooking on offense. But it definitely is like a downside to this build that we don't get on-ball menace, because I feel a huge difference on my 6'9" lock compared to my 6'10" here, just because that badge helps you get a lot more bumps and everything like that. But a movable enforcer, and if you just know how to play defense, you're going to be able to get a lot of stops. Anyways, I can keep up with small guards. I can jump late for contest if I'm out of position, everything like that. I can keep up with the 6'8", and they're not going to score on me in the paint. And I can keep up with any of those taller 6'11", 6'10", 7-foot ISO builds, just because we are as big as them. So they don't have a lot of speed on us, and we are able to keep up with them in the paint because of our high defensive block and interior ratings. And while I'm talking about how good this build is against everybody, this guy misses a wide open shot in the corner, and I'm gonna get the ball back up 13-7. And I mean, you guys see it, I'm spamming that Giannis cross pretty much every time. If you're not taking advantage of the crossover, the moving crossover animations, you definitely need to be. It gives you a huge boost right past your defender and makes the ISOing a lot easier in 2K26. That's that animation that I look for a lot of the time, where he does like the huge like leg pickup jump animation. I don't even know what to call it, but there's definitely a better Giannis cross than the other. And if you're 6'4" and under, just make sure you have the De'Aaron Fox on. And if you can't get De'Aaron Fox or Giannis, make sure you're going to go ahead and throw Lonzo Ball on. And we will be getting more animations. This was recorded right before season 3 came out, but now that we are in season 3 as this video is out, I want to let you guys know we probably will be getting more animations. So I'll make sure to take a look and let you know what I think of those animations, if they're any good or not. But we do have Sunset Beach coming out, so let me know, by the time you guys are seeing this video, it will already be out. Let me know if you guys want some Sunset Beach gameplay, because I'm so excited to be playing in there. I had builds in 2K16 playing in that park. It's just going to be super nostalgic for me when I am able to get my hands on it. And I did also want to do kind of a video about remaking my 2K16 build in NBA 2K26 10 years later. So let me know if you guys would be interested in that as well. I really want to make videos that you guys want to click on and want to watch. But in the background here, you can see this guy was a 6-foot guard. He had 94 speed with ball, 99 three-pointer, and he was just trying to outrun me, which, like I said, you can't really do on this build. I can jump late. I have enough speed to somewhat keep up with these tiny little guards that have a ton of speed, and then I can just jump late for contests, and then when I get the ball back, there's just nothing he can do to stop me in the paint. This was recorded on 2 different days, so the 1v1 court did switch, so it's not make it take it anymore. I have to play defense every other possession, which is fine, because in these videos, I like to also show you guys how good the builds are at defense. This was a shot clock violation right there. I forced this guy into like 3 or 4 shot clock violations. But no, I love to show you guys how good the builds are defensively. I'm not trying to get you to make a build just because I have good clips of it or anything. I want you to see how good it actually is and how it can perform, so you're not wasting money, because these builds are expensive this year. And they really are expensive every year. I don't know, it is what it is, but I basically just want to give you guys true, authentic gameplay so you see how it plays and that we're not just wasting money on builds we should not be making. Leave those builds to me. Let me make the builds that are messed up so I can tell you guys what's good and what's actually not good. As you can see here, though, he picks up the ball. I'm jumping while I'm out of position, still getting a 20% contest. I'm going to end up taking him right down to the paint. There's nothing he can do to stop me down there, like I already said. Shooting a super high percentage, and eventually here, I'm pretty sure he is just going to end up sitting in the paint. I jump late again after I was out of position, and I still get that contest. That's why these tall lockdowns are so good. He's going to go ahead and sit down in the paint. I'm going to knock down a 3 to show him I really can shoot on this build. And funny enough, I ended up matching up with him again back-to-back games in the theater. That doesn't really happen to me too often, so that was kind of interesting to see, but it is what it is. I'm just going to bully him down in the paint yet again. And once he gets the ball, he's going to try to do his little run back and forth thing all over again, just try to beat me with his speed. He's not really doing anything crazy. He's just running from side to side and doing that hesitation, trying to get me out of position. I jumped, but he dribbled way too much. And an open coverage is actually somewhat of a contest. If you guys didn't see the test that was done on that, it does lower the make percentage by like 10 or 13% or something crazy like that. So even if you're getting open contests, it does mean that your defense is doing something and you're lowering the green window of the shooter. Look at how big that green window is. Every time I drive wide open, being 6'10" with this high of a dunk feels way better than being shorter with a high dunk, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's proven or anything, but that's just what I've noticed from me playing. I definitely have a lot more defensive clips in the second game against this guy once I actually knew what he was going to be doing, pulling at the top of the key. Like I said, you really don't need more than an 83 point. I've started to go down to 78 on a lot of my builds. I only went to 80 because I made this build so early in the year, and I was just worried about being able to shoot because we did not know how the shooting was yet. But honestly, 78 3-point rating, max +2 on set shot to get it to Hall of Fame, and a lot of your builds, you're going to be able to open up a lot of other opportunities on your builds if you feel confident shooting with that, which I honestly, I don't think it'll be a problem for a lot of you, just because of how the shooting is in NBA 2K26. And if I could get this 93 driving dunk on every single one of my builds, I would definitely sacrifice a little bit of shooting for it because it feels so good. Just makes you lethal and makes you pretty much unstoppable in the paint. But anyways, that is going to be our last gameplay on our 6'10" ISO lockdown, our 6'10" lockdown build. If you guys want to see more of this one or any of my other builds that I've dropped, let me know down in the comments. If you stuck around all the way to the end, I really appreciate you watching all the way through. Drop a like, drop a sub, drop a comment on your way out, and I will catch you in the next one.